Welcome to Tanked Up, the podcast all about video games and craft beer. I'm Ben, and I'm joined in the flesh by Aadil Koji.
That sounds a little too kinky for what it is. We are sharing headphones.
You are very cozy as well, by the looks of it.
And a microphone, but not two turntables. Yes, I am back in Bristol, which is great, but also I realize we have now lost our
International.
we are no longer the number one transatlantic video game and craft beer podcast.
Well, we're probably now, I was going to say the number one cross-country, but maybe we're not.
Yeah, we are. Sure we are.
Excellent. And the other voice that you heard just now is Lucy Eward. Hey, Lucy.
Hello, thank you for having me again.
That's cool. You good?
Yeah, I'm good, very good. Back from Portugal. Excellent. I miss beer so much. They just gave me the watered down stuff over there, so yeah, happy to be back. Yeah.
Good. A quick apology, I suppose, about a delay of... Not delay, we just haven't recorded for 2 weeks. One, because you've been travelling
and
moving.
Trying to empty a house of things and losing a laptop.
In the process, yes. And I've had a child.
Well,
my partner's had a child. I just watched. Did something...
It sounds so
did
creepy.
something months ago. Yes. But we're back. We found some time. So, as every week, we're going to drink some beers. We're going to talk about some video games. And towards the end of the episode, we're going to talk about life and video games and how hard or not it is to fit everything around playing. We have spoken about this before, I think, but only briefly.
And I think it was more about jobs and such, less about, my life has significantly changed and it's never going to be the same.
Different. Nice. Right. So, the beers for this week. I know, Lucy, that we've colluded very slightly.
Yes, we have.
We may have one beer that is the same. But I think we have a Saison, which we should probably start with, because the beer that we're all drinking tonight is the Arbor Shangri-La Session IPA.
It is indeed.
Which I've not had, but everyone knows from listening to us that I love Arbor, and I've coerced Lucy into picking some up when she saw some in the shop. But we are going to start, Aadil and I, with the Good Chemistry Brewing Fieldwork Saison.
It's got a lovely minimalist, slightly Art Deco label.
I do enjoy their labels.
It's like we knew that I was going to be here because this one actually has a blurb. Life's too short not to enjoy what you do, so we decided to brew. First and foremost, we brew beer for you to enjoy, but we also think the art and science of brewing is fascinating and want to share that with you. And then it's their address. The notes are, when taste testing, be sure to take notes with a mechanical pencil, as the smell of wood pencils can affect your perceptions of beer.
Wow.
We don't write down notes. We record them because we're awesome. What I found really interesting, though, it tells us it's 28 IBU. There's FGs and OGs. I didn't realize there were gangsters.
Original gangsters.
Yeah. It's 5.1%, but also it tells us that it's 32% hoppy, 35% malty, 45% bitter, 23% sweet, and there is a 30% body.
That is interesting. Never seen that before.
What?
How does
those percentages work?
It's science. Science that I don't care to understand.
80.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's like on 55%. But I assume the body thing is probably the outlier.
Yeah. Let's open this bad boy up. What are you drinking first, Lucy?
I'm having Wiper and True. I think it's just called number 16. It says small beer.
Small beer.
Yeah. Made the rookie mistake of not looking at the ABV, and it's actually 2.8%. But
a nice light beer to begin.
Yeah.
But why is that a rookie mistake?
Well,
did you want to get tanked up or something?
Yeah, that's the name of the podcast.
Yeah, but on the first beer?
Well, don't worry, I've got something to balance that out later, but anyway. Yeah, it's 500ml, but it says it's unfiltered, unfined, not unrefined, unfined, unpasteurized, and alive. Naturally, naturally fermented in the bottle, producing a yeast sediment.
It's a bottle fermentation.
Yep.
Oh, that explains the low ABV.
But yeah, Wiper and True, you can never go wrong with these guys. Really like their
Nope.
beer, so just picked one up. Didn't realise it was
Excellent.
2.8%, but 500
And
ml.
And a Bristol brewery as well, thanks, sir.
Yes.
So it's close to our hearts.
And our mouths. Oh, I totally took too much. That's not even close.
That's
actually not as bad.
That's
as
not
I
too
thought.
bad. No, I'm not worried. I'm not worried.
There's a little bit left for you.
It's very light in colour, this Fieldwork Saison.
It's unfiltered. It's actually quite a bit more cloudy than the last few unfilters we've
Yeah.
seen. It's
very, very pale, isn't it?
yeah. It reminds me kind of like a creamsicle. It's sort of partially melted.
Yeah,
like it's got
yeah.
that sort of glow behind
just
it.
around the edges, it just has that very, very pale glow.
And it smells like beer, citrus.
A little bit of citrus. It smells like a Saison.
Well, yeah. Wait, which Saison are we in?
Some
The Sumerian Saison.
Sumerian Saison, yes.
Ooh.
How's it?
I'd say it's about 30% body, 42% malt. Yeah, with the rest. I actually wouldn't. I don't find it that bitter. I think, or maybe it's just the bitterness sort of comes and goes really quickly.
Yeah, I agree. There's not a huge amount of bitterness to it at all.
It's actually quite a
very light.
nuanced, light taste. I mean, maybe it's because I'm now know there's percentages of these things as brought to my forefront, but the aftertaste is probably the most malty, and it's not very malty,
Yeah.
but that's when you can actually tell.
Do you
it's
have a
malty.
little aftertaste, which is slightly hoppier, a little bitter, but very light. There's barely anything there.
Barely even grapefruit.
No tropical fruit in this one. How's yours, Luce? That's a nice colour.
Is it
So is
pretty
the beer.
much the same as yours? Almost, but yeah, very cloudy.
Yeah.
It's quite nice. I mean, it smells delightful. I think that's the Citra hops. It must have Citra hops. I'm sure it says somewhere. Yeah, Citra and Mosaic. So, yeah, real, citrusy, orangey peel smell. It's not as hoppy as I'd have liked. Bitterness. It says 34 IBU, so it's not too
So
bad.
it's more IBUs than us.
But yeah, this could really do with a bit more kick in it. But it's really
Okay.
nice. It tastes very fresh and very pure. It's like even for like an unfiltered beer, it's very nice. So
It sounds like it might be a good beer for the crazy hot weather we've been having this week
yeah,
in the UK.
yeah. If you don't want something that's too much, like I'd categorise it as like a session beer.
Yeah, I was going to
So,
say
yeah. It's nice.
summer session.
I sort of thought the same about the of this Fieldwork Saison, but it's not quite refreshing, is it? It doesn't have that.
Yeah,
It sort of dries out quite quickly.
it doesn't leave your mouth satisfied.
No. We have got a little more, not exposition. I was going to say a little more exposition about the
No.
beer. But it contains malted barley and wheat. Doesn't say any hops whatsoever, but it's vegan friendly.
Oh.
And it says this beer
Which is-
suits.
Hilarious, because isn't all beer, as long as the vegans don't give a shit about the yeast, what the hell?
Is that coming from an
else?
animal? What are vegans? I don't even understand them. Do they just not eat? Do they just not eat things that come from an animal?
Yeah, basically. But all of the things that come from animals.
Yeah, true.
Dairy.
In some way.
Eggs.
Old glue.
Before we begin on not beers, we've done beers. Before we begin on games, I should just say that this fieldwork also suggests that the beer suits 77% butterflies, 63% clipboards, and 89% discoveries. What?
I think that means that the person who should drink this is some sort of a jungle explorer,
Nature watcher.
who's an entomologist.
Oh, nice. Yes.
Fancy.
So, we shall kick into some games. Lucy, I'm going to allow you to begin.
Well, I was on holiday last week, and I just want to say that the PlayStation Vita is probably one of the best handhelds ever made. I mean, I love it. I was playing it on the beach. I played a game called Foul Play. I don't know if any of you have heard of it. It's like a
No.
side-scrolling beat-em-up, sort of like Streets of Rage. It was only a bit.
Beat 'em up.
Yeah. It was only about 4 hours long. It's basically like set as a play. So you're on stage,
Oh,
you're the character.
like Super Mario 3.
Yeah, just like beating up people. And basically, you don't have any health, but your progress is basically determined about how much the crowd enjoys your performance. So
That's super neat.
so if you're getting, knocked back by enemies, or if you're not parrying as well, etc., etc., their enthusiasm goes down, and then if it goes all the way down, there's like a meter at the top. Then basically you have to restart at the latest checkpoint. That was all right, and I played.
So it's kind of like regenerative health, but it's based on prowess. It's like the Devil May Cry point system or grading system.
Precisely, yeah. And just a new game that I played. It's called Typewriter. I think it's on iOS. I think it debuted on there. It's just
also on the Steam.
Yeah, and Steam. Is it on PC as well? Yeah, it's Have you played it, Adil? Do you know anything about it?
I know that it's in my library.
Yeah. Well, what isn't at this point? But it's actually
Anything
quite
new
a good game.
in AAA.
Yeah. It's like it's a side-scrolling platformer, and it's just teaching you about typography, like the different fonts that are used over different centuries, and just like printing, inventions in terms of printing and evolution of all this and press and stuff like that. But it grew on me. I was a bit sketchy about it because at first, yeah, no pun intended. But at first, it tells you to use the back touch on the Vita, and I was like, oh my god. And then they said you can use like the joysticks, but the first time I played it, the joysticks just wasn't working for some reason. And I was like, god, I'm gonna have to play it on the back touch forever. But then I restarted it, and then it was fine. But yeah, it grew on me from probably about like the 4th chapter or something. It's only about 2-hour game, but yeah.
Okay.
It's one of those educational games that doesn't throw it in your face. It basically, you collect things throughout the platforming levels, and if you want to learn more, you just go into the main menu and read about them, which I did, and it's interesting. Give that a try. Yeah.
It sounds like the first act of the documentary that came out in the early 2000s about Helvetica, which if you haven't watched, I don't know if it's on Netflix or whatever. I'm sure it's on the internet somewhere. Not that we're condoning these things, but watch it. It's actually quite interesting, and it gives you a real sense of why that specific font is everywhere, or in a lot of places, I should say. Yeah.
So, mechanically, using the back touch, what do you actually do? Do you have to trace fonts? Do you?
No, it's really just like a standard, jumping platformer. You play as 2 little circles, and getting the balance between them, because you can flip over and stuff like that. That's where most of the challenge is.
You play as a colon.
Is it a colon? Oh, okay.
I
had no idea what it was. I was like, what are these 2 circles? You may well be right. It's because they're always on the side rather than standing up. So I didn't know what they were.
A lazy colon.
Yeah.
My doctor said I had one of those. Sorry.
But yeah, it's basically just it's not anything challenging. It's not anything, if you want a precision platformer or anything like that, then this is probably not the game. It's more slanted towards education rather than anything, but it's quite stylish, and yeah, I enjoyed it.
So it sounds like it's entertaining?
Yeah, I played it on the playing back, and it was like, I enjoyed this. It was just 2 hours out of my time. It was like I learnt something new. Helvetica was part of, one of the things that you could learn about. It's not too in-depth, but, there's some information there. But yeah, nice time killer.
All about windings.
No, Comic Sans, MS.
Yeah, there's a crazy Comic Sans version that is just like you're getting chased by this cat or something like that. It's just weird. But yeah, so that's in there as well.
Do you think it has any replay value? It obviously has the ability to be replayed. God, Adil, you're so dumb.
Basically, throughout the levels, you're collecting like these little icons, like. You have to collect all the letters of the alphabet and these other things which give you all the information about the fonts in the main menu. But if you're inclined to do so, I wasn't personally, but I wasn't inclined to collect everything because I'd seen enough of the game as I wanted to. But yeah, if you want to, yeah, go for it. But it was probably only add an extra half an hour at most to your playthrough. But, yeah.
You don't think you would really ever want to replay the story, is what I was sort of asking.
No.
Yeah. So buy it on sale, folks.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like a game I'd definitely pick up and play, especially if it's only a couple of hours long. But knowing that you would want to wait until it was like 60p,
Yeah.
50p.
I think it's probably, being on sale on iOS at some point, because I'm sure it's been out on there for like 2-3 years. So
It's almost... For a while there, it was on every Steam sale, but when I finally was like, oh, maybe I'll pick it up, it was not going on discount.
Yeah.
Really?
Nice. So, whilst travelling and being on holiday, you just played a couple of sort of smaller,
yeah.
shorter Vita games.
What else happened with your PlayStation Vita?
What else happened?
On holiday.
Oh, took it on the beach, chilling there. It was beautiful. It didn't overheat from the sun, so luckily. But yeah,
It
it's
didn't?
good. No, it did get very hot at one point, but it didn't blow up or anything, so it's all good.
Nice. But the Vita's dead, so
Yeah.
Yeah, long live the Vita.
doesn't just to disregard everything we've just spoken about, because
And it hasn't been hacked as well as the PSP
that's very true. Yeah.
yet.
Give
That
it
screen,
time, give it
both of
time.
them, even the PSP screen is still beautiful today.
Yeah.
I know, because natural segue ruined by pointing out of segue. There's a guy driving by in a Segway.
Segway.
Squirrel?
Segway.
Yeah. Anyway, I moved here for who knows how long, and so
Years.
I had to pick what I brought, my 2 suitcases. But luckily I was working on MacGyvering a solution for having a real graphics card on my MacBook Air, which involves a harder to find Thunderbolt to PCI Express card,
Okay.
a full ATX power supply to power said graphics card, and there's a big power brick that comes with an adapter card, but you can just cut one of the Molexes off that you're not using on the power supply, so long as it's on the 12-volt rail. And I would have soldered, but the soldering iron was already on a truck on its way to Calgary.
In a box.
Yeah, with my very not old PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, which are now in storage.
All packed away.
Yeah, and my gaming box, but it worked great. I didn't blow anything up, and I screwed up the Windows Boot Camp install at one point, and then I fixed it, and then I left my laptop on the plane and only remembered after passport control. And I've said this story so many times, and it's not really that entertaining, but suffice it to say, it was found by the crew, and now it's somewhere in Gatwick, or more likely in someone's pocket, because they have large pockets. And
So all of your devices are
no,
just
go
sat in
on.
boxes.
So I don't know where the MacBook Air is. It's more troubling because I have to research and work, and that's all gone. But that means the only things I can use are my phone and my PS Vita and my PSP, which I brought just in case.
Yeah.
So I there's been a lot of handheld gaming.
Yeah.
Also, I use the PlayStation Vita and PlayStation Portable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Anything stand out?
The PSP's the standard emulator stuff. I still actually have played that Star Wars and that Marvel game quite a bit more, because
On the mobile ones?
on the iOS,
Yeah.
because you can.
Yeah.
I'm still pissed that you can't get Carnage without spending money, bastards. Nothing. I can't even remember what the Vita game I played was. I played a bunch of the last few months PS Plus games.
Okay.
Severed is really good.
Yeah, I love that game.
There's one I can't remember. Anyway, mostly I just using my time here to gripe that I've now managed to deprive myself of all of the things.
Just walking the streets telling everybody.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, the the front desk person at the hotel
Yeah.
did not seem interested, but I still said
And they've got to listen to you because they have to be polite.
yeah. No, she's flirting with me because she's into me.
That's what it is. I see.
But I am now contemplating getting a Chromebook because I'm borrowing one from a friend, and I'm really poor through other shenanigans I won't get into. Because I found out the Chromebook that I was most drawn to was the the Chromebook Flip,
Right.
which is a convertible tablet laptop. And I just thought that'd be useful because I sometimes I like having a tablet, and it's it's just a browser, so that's not going to replace computing in general, but it might be good and to have the full keyboard and to be able to do some writing for my dissertation. But I found out that in this month, last month, June, they released for this model and the really expensive Google one, which is something like $500. The one that Google makes is completely against the idea of why you would want a Chromebook.
Yeah, can you even classify as a Chromebook if it's $500?
Well, it has Chromis.
Wow.
Versus Krampus, which is the Kramp OS is the best thing ever. But both those laptops, Chromebooks, now can run Android software, and that opens up a lot more. Yeah. Like for instance, I
use
use
all those Ouya games.
Yeah, I play. I use LaTeX, which is a typesetting program to write my papers and whatnot.
Yeah,
and mathematical symbols, and there are tech apps for Android. Usually they outsource the actual compiling to a web-based thing, but you basically seamlessly, as long as you have access to the internet, it sends the file and you get the PDF afterwards.
Nice.
And there's nothing like that in Chrome OS because almost all the development on Chrome is for extensions, right?
Yeah.
For regular Chrome browser. And why you would want that doesn't make sense. But suddenly I have the capabilities of doing a lot more. Basically, all the things that you can do on a decent Google tablet. I mean, or Android tablet. So I'm looking forward to that because, I can afford that maybe. I was really looking forward to a summer of playing all those AAA games that I just got. And now I've just got a card, a power supply. I mean, it's only a GTX 780.
Yeah.
But it connects to a thing that connects to nothing.
Yeah.
And the problem is if I got a cheaper Windows machine because I could afford it, they don't come with Thunderbolt.
No, you wouldn't have the power to be able to.
So it's not the power. It's just they don't have the port, which means I can't jury rig with all the. I lugged a 500-watt power supply from Canada, using up a large chunk of my suitcase weight and space for no reason, unless that MacBook magically appears.
Yeah. I assume if it does, they'll take it and keep it.
I think. Well, I already know it was found and given to the dispatcher.
Let's hope it doesn't take too much longer.
Yeah, they say up to 7 days, and then I think they stop caring. But that's lost property. The airline I also contacted.
Hasn't been 7 days yet, though, has it?
Tomorrow.
Oh.
Well, tomorrow morning.
Just keep pushing them.
Yeah. Anyway, so I like games and stuff. It'd be nice if with the current somewhat free time I have, I could do more than just play the mobile games that I just basically play as a rote. Because I'm an addict.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me have a sip of this beer.
Because you need to.
Pick up that Vita.
Not that I need to, it's just I always want to. There's a difference.
No, that's true. Yes, there is. There's a big difference.
Yep. Denial, first phase.
Oh, we've got to be in at least the third phase by now. What's that? Anger.
It's DABDA. That's the acronym. Denial, anger, beneficence, detriment, acceptance. I don't remember. It's DABDA. So denial, anger,
bargaining.
Thank you. And then what's the
depression,
other?
And then acceptance.
Is it depression?
Yeah.
Depravity.
There's anger. Denial, anger. Then I think bargaining.
Anger.
Then I think
it's definitely bargaining. I thought it was something else.
No, I'm sure it's depression.
Hey Cortana. Oh, your laptop's not set up to say "Hey Cortana"?
No, it's not. I've turned all that.
I
shit
go through
off.
these stages every time I start work again, so I know them. I know them pretty well.
Anyway, that's enough about DABDA. How are you doing with your beer there?
Not bad. That's it. That's all left. Probably about what's it?
Are you?
200 ml or something.
We have the benefit of sharing a bottle.
So we're going through ours pretty swiftly.
Oh, also, I've been thirsty because it's been really hot here in the UK.
It has. However, it's been really good for nice walks.
Except when you keep wearing jeans because you don't remember that it's hot out. Because you're in the UK and hot UK doesn't really exist.
So, without getting into our topic too much, we just set that for later. My partner's had a child. So, for the last 2 weeks, I have just been a slave to what both of them want, basically.
You know, Mel Gibson made a movie about that.
However, it has meant that I've I've got to have some very nice little walks to, try and calm me down, try and get her to sleep. And Pokemon Go came out in America about the day after she was born. So very nicely timed.
In America, because when she was born, I in Mount Sinai Hospital.
Exactly, I flew over to America in celebration, downloaded it and came back.
Which still would make it, you're like, oh, she's coming back.
I know you don't want to listen to Pokemon Go, Lucy. You've derided it.
Don't worry, I just, it's just white noise to me now. I just block it all.
It's got to be.
I've seen children in the park near the hotel playing.
I mean, I'm not going to talk about the game much because it's free. If you want to have a look at it, then just download it. It's very easy to do so.
Also, a lot of people are talking about it. I don't know if we can really add anything.
The only thing I really wanted to say was just how on these walks that I've been taking, we'll wander down to the park, and I'm trying to stay out for a decent amount of time so my partner can sleep, basically, whilst we're sort of out. So I've been walking to the park, just wandering the streets.
Like a vagrant with a child.
There's so many people playing it. I was just wandering through the park, and there are people just sat in the at the fringe of the park. There's a couple of Pokestops within the park for the different. One of them's a shelter, like random, okay, but fine. But there's just lots of people out, and you can sort of see, now I'm glancing at people's phone screens to see if they're playing. Go, oh, yeah, they're playing. And I went and sat with some guys for about 15 minutes because they'd chucked a lure down at one of these Pokestops. And they'd been there for 15 minutes, and we just got chatting and thinking, this is, if I was walking around just to try and calm E and hadn't been playing this, I probably wouldn't have glanced at these guys and then just shuffled past them. Yeah. I wouldn't have
you would have been
speaking to them.
You probably would have been more stressed out because you were so focused on
her.
Where she has no ability to calm her. Like she's not at an age where you can really say soothing words.
Completely.
She doesn't quite know what communication is yet.
But it just seems so that it's so quickly got into the sort of social zeitgeist.
Yeah.
That it's just
literally 3 days, and it was more than Twitter.
It's absurd. Like the insanity, and the stock price of Nintendo has just shot up.
Yeah, it's literally
for a free
game.
Yeah.
Okay, you can buy coins to be able to buy items within.
Which is how many free-to-play games are out there? Do you think they're not making money?
Oh, no, yeah, very true, yes.
And you think the one that has now more users than Twitter isn't making them $1 billion a minute?
It's just insane.
Yeah, I've got to give it its credit, because just the social aspects alone, I mean, even now in 2016, it's still uncool to be a nerd chasing around Pokemon, but everyone loves it.
Have you seen The New Girl and the Big Bang Theory? It's cool to pretend you're a nerd, but not actually
to be an
go in depth on nerdy stuff.
Yeah, and just people meeting each other and having meetups and picnics and cookouts on sorting those out on Facebook, just saying it's related to Pokemon Go. It's really I like that aspect of it. It's just that I have no interest in the game itself, but I like the social aspect of it.
Yeah, completely.
I played a bit, but I was so busy in Halifax after I also went to America.
Just across the border.
Yeah, so dropped in Maine, installed the game, came back up. I don't even know why I'm making that up because, like I said, I still think that's illegal. Not right. And I caught a Squirtle. That was my first guy.
Yep.
And then I caught something else, and then I was like, I can't afford the time. And now that I'm here and have more time, I am still waiting on my new SIM card because I still have my old SIM card and my old number from when I was here last, which is in my iPhone 4, which is on its last legs. Like, even Google Maps, it's like poke, poke, poke. 20 seconds later, oh, the first poke registered. But my iPhone 5, which is a 5S or whatever, it's starting to show its age because planned obsolescence is getting worse, I think, with phones.
Completely.
It has the game installed, but unless I have Wi-Fi, I can't use it.
Yeah.
I really just need to get a good pair of scissors and cut that SIM card down.
Definitely.
But I live in a tiny hotel room with 2 cats.
I did see it's got so like fucking the game's so into my mind at the moment, only because it's sort of one of 2 games that I've played. One of 3 games that I've played, but the one I've definitely played the most of in the last 2
The
weeks.
game of life.
Exactly, it's the game of life. That I was cycling home from work, and there's this giant caterpillar crawling across the cycle path. I just went past it, but I instantly thought, Caterpie, should get my phone out. And I'm like, oh, you twat. No, come along. There is... Get back into the real world.
So were you 2 Pokemon fans prior to this, or?
No. I knew what a Pikachu was, and I had heard of Squirtle, and I know there's a dragon ear red one.
Charmander. Yes.
Was there a Charizard?
Yeah, Charizard.
Yeah, that's
yes.
the one.
See, that's what's interesting to me. Like, people who don't even play games or have no idea what Pokemon is, or just didn't like Pokemon.
Yeah.
Just into it. Because I've only played the first one out. You know, that game, it's near and dear to me, but haven't played any of them since. And it's like, I like Pokemon, respect
I
the
never got
series, but it's like, not too into this game. But yeah, it's interesting to see that people who didn't even have a clue what Pokemon were prior to this getting into it.
I think it helped in the UK that the cartoon, I think, came out before the game did.
Oh.
So I think over here you had the sort of Saturday morning, Sunday morning episodes playing, and then suddenly the game came out. But I played quite a lot of Red, and my brother had Blue, but that was sort of all all I wanted to sort of get involved with as such.
Yeah.
But I was of the age where my brother watched the cartoon,
Right.
so I thought, okay, well, I'll sit down. We've only got one telly. I'll sit down and watch it as well. And he collected the cards.
Yeah.
Oh.
So actually, by proxy, I sort of collected the cards and to grow his collection. But I then tried Gold. I think the next ones that came out were Gold and Silver. I could be wrong. I think it's Gold and Silver.
Generic color and other ones.
At that point, I had... What did that one come out on? Was that a GBA game? Oh, I can't remember. It's far too long ago.
Does it matter? It was on some platform.
It was on some platform, but actually I played it on PC on an emulator.
There we go. That's weird. I would never think of emulating you mouse and keyboard, or you had a controller?
No, mouse and keyboard.
Oh, that's so weird.
Yeah, it's just up and down.
I'm aware. I'm aware what a Game Boy has.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not too much into my RPGs anyway, but yeah, I was into
love
like
RPGs.
the.
I just don't think it's an RPG.
Yeah, it's baby's first RPG, if you want to call it that. But that was my first RPG, to be honest. So
Yeah.
So yeah, I bought it when it came to 3DS or whatever earlier this year. But yeah, look, I really love the first game. But yeah, it's good to see something such as Pokemon, which has had such a long-lasting legacy, just to a known property, just to feel something like this, it's not the first game like this that deals with AR and
Well,
mobile
the
and
story
stuff like
between this game was already made by the company. And
Yeah,
made
Niantic
no
already
money,
made
and then all they
something
did
like
was reskin it.
Exactly. So it's good to see something with just typically the license on it, just to put this into the mainstream. So it's good.
I mean, it's got to be getting close to 20 years, if it hasn't already.
Yeah, probably. So what are you now starting to pour there?
I'm getting it all down here, which is the condensation from the bottle. So, I've just opened, to get onto beer, the Arbor Shangri-La Session IPA.
Session IPA.
Which Lucy also has. There it is. In all its glory.
What stats do we have?
I will... Oh,
Ben's pouring. You want to read us some stats there, Lucy? Oh, no, now you're pouring. Oh, no, you're not.
Oh, it's alright. Let's have a look. This is a liberally hopped Session India Pale Ale brewed with Citra, Columbus, Equinox and Mosaic hops for maximum flavour. So it's 4.2% ABV, nice big bottle, 2.4 UK units. There's not much else on here, is there? I don't really tell you anything else. Oh, available for vegans again. Not that anyone cares. But
Which, again, unless you have some sort of bacon-infused beer, all of it's vegan-friendly. So long as you're not an extreme vegan,
yes.
where the yeast is not allowed to be harmed. In which case, all breads, even gluten-free breads, are wrong.
Be interesting to speak to a vegan to see what beer or why they wouldn't be able to have any. Whether it's just because they're vegans.
Well,
they feel the need.
Well, I mean,
to cut out everything.
Because it's alcohol, it's pretty much not going to be often consumed by freegans.
True. This has got a nice smell.
Yeah.
It's actually also cloudy, but much more yellow.
Yeah, a lot yellower.
Oh wow, that is a gorgeous smell.
I can taste the mosaic hops straight away.
What is that nose? It's got pep.
Yeah, it's smooth, but also very hoppy as well. It's nice.
Oh my god, that's great.
You see, I bought 2 more Arbor beers, just basically on your recommendation, so if they're anything like this, I can't wait to try them.
Oh, it's super interesting, because it actually has that slight watery, quick finish that I usually don't like. But the bit of the finish that remains has the hoppiness and bitterness.
Yeah,
but
it's got that slightly
really
hoppy end to it.
It's really light, but it's still with me 20 seconds later, and I think that makes up for the sort of quick curtailing of the rest.
Yeah, I agree. I know when was it the last episode I had the Arbor Summit?
Yeah, I think so.
Just made from, well, the only hop in it was Summit, and it had that very sort of dank.
Oh yeah, the skunky beer.
The skunky beer, which was nice, but was with it just being one hop, was almost just sort of a flat kind of flavour. It didn't give you much in the fore versus the end, and was just sort of one flavour throughout. But
so are you saying that your favourite track event isn't the long jump, but it's the triple jump?
It's got to be the triple jump, yes. Hurdle is probably no.
Yeah, it reminds me of, quite a lot of IPAs I've had before, but I really like this, quite hoppy, nice large head, smooth, creamy head, and it's like, I love this kind of beer, so even though it tastes like stuff I've tried before, but that's always a good thing if you like it, so yeah, and the mosaic hops are really nice, and you can smell the citra hops in the aroma as well. Really nice.
It's 4.2%. It's light enough. I can see why it's called a session beer, because, like I said, it sort of the taste doesn't lingers for just long enough, but it's quite light. I could see myself sipping on several of these through an afternoon and not getting too tanked up.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, in true tanked up fashion, so far, I think I'm preferring this to the field work. Yeah. Because I can see myself, as you said, sitting there all afternoon and continuously drinking this, and not worrying about going to something else or wanting something else. And it would be perfect for a little barbecue out in the garden on a nice summer's day.
I think Lucy, you said it best, where you're like, it's not like something novel and extravagant, but it does what we like really well.
It's tried and true formula. Yeah. Because this Wiper and True that I had before, I mean, this has got the same hops in it, Citra, Mosaic, Equinox, but this is, not just the ABV, but it's hoppier. It's got more of a, it's more extravagance to it. So yeah, over the two that I've had, this Arbor one certainly definitely takes over that one. Yeah.
Nice. So I'll jump back into a game, but it's going to lead me on to a question to both of you, which will probably lead us into our topic, which we'll probably go on to once we finish these and open the third beer up. But
you don't have to telegraph the entire podcast.
I do, so people know what's coming.
Okay, well, why don't we short form this? It's tough playing video games when you have a new family. All right, goodbye, everyone. We've been tanked out.
So the other game that I played so briefly is Soma.
Oh,
Oh,
you've got
yeah.
Soma and played it. Which-
I started it. I saw the loading screen. I then saw a short bit of intro, and then was able to control the character. It played for 2 minutes, and then he started crying. Oh, damn it! And that's all I've played.
But you've seen Alex play it, or
But I've seen Alex play it. Alex has spoken about it on the podcast before, so I am really looking forward to being able to get into that. I've not played one of these sort of
first-person horror games.
yes
FPHs is what I call them.
I've not played one of those for a while. I think the last one I played was Amnesia.
Yeah.
But
Which one?
Machine for Pigs.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's quite a while
I think.
ago.
Yeah. But I picked it up for £4
Yeah, I got it
Was
as
it on
well on the Steam
PlayStation
sale.
sale?
on the PlayStation.
Yeah, I
or
saw
sorry,
that,
full
but I was
PlayStation,
like,
sale.
yeah, not into my horror games, and I know what it's about, so I just thought, I'll leave this one. But I've not heard any bad reviews about it. Everyone said it's quite interesting. It's more psychological horror as well, isn't it? Rather than
Yeah,
I think so. From what I've seen from Alex, it's very atmospheric. It's tense at times. I know that there are entities which can attack you. You can't really do very much to them. It's a little more about working out how to avoid and make it through the areas and just building that sort of tense feeling. And then I suppose once you've got through the area, just that's your release and your satisfaction for being able to do so without having that. There's lots of games where you have something that comes towards you which seems insurmountable.
Not Five Nights at Freddy's.
Which you can then, yes, but a lot of games where you can just destroy it, and it's sort of very quick satisfaction. You're like, oh well, I've now worked out how to do that. Whereas this seems slightly different. So,
and from what I understand, it's not very jump scare heavy. It sounds like from what I understand, from what I've heard, it sounds like the first act of Hector.
Yeah,
very much so. While I haven't played Hector, I don't know, but apparently it degenerates in the last acts to much more of a standard quote-unquote horror game. I might be wrong, but that seems to be what I heard, and I don't have any sources. I just seem to remember that.
Yeah, I mean, horror games like this, that, it's not always about, like, the axe murderer or something like that.
See, I don't think those are horror games. Those are gore.
Yeah, I mean, the ones like this, like Soma. I mean, Ben, I've talked to you about, like, the park, and I thought that was quite interesting just because of, the subject matter that it was tackling. Soma seemed interesting from that sort of slant, like, just, the difference between life and death and consciousness and stuff like that. That's what appealed to me about Soma. But I'm a fraidy cat, so I never bought it. So.
I was holding off playing Soma and actually Hector, and even Alien Isolation, because I had this great. I brought this thing called an Oculus DK2, and I was going to have this computer that would be able to play at least older games with first-person games, and like I've got, for those VR nerds out there, Vorbex and TriDef 3D are programs that you can use to Oculus-size first-person games, 3D games, and now
it's all packed away.
Well, no, I brought the Oculus,
you did bring, yes.
and because I had this hacked together Magic MacBook Air. It has an i7 processor and 8 gigs of RAM and a new owner.
So you'd play Alien Isolation in the Oculus? You'd do that?
Oh, I haven't played it. I've been waiting for a stretch of time where I'd do that.
Yeah, because I bought some headphones, some Astros, just to play like Alien Isolation. I think I got it was an hour into it, and I was like, I can't play this. I'm too. It wasn't even. It was the first time I'd seen the alien, and then I was just running to like a tram or something just to get away from there, and they made you wait. You press the button to call the tram, and they made you wait it felt like forever. It was probably about 20 seconds, but I was like, my nerves are shook. I can't play this game. I'm sorry.
I think my experience with Alien Isolation was I progressed through the game. I'd encountered the alien a couple of times, made my way through, and got to a point where there was a locked door, and I had to find the key code to open it. So made my way through to the other room, got to the other room, found the key code, and then the alien drops down into the area,
Right.
and starts going around. So I'm very very carefully making my way back to this door to put the key code in. Thought I'd remembered it, punched in the number, and it was wrong.
Oh no!
Oh no! So very quickly thought, right, no, this is correct. Punched in the number, the doors opened, and as they opened, the alien came and destroyed me from behind. However, that then almost killed the game for me because I thought, well, I've experienced it now.
Yeah.
Anything else is kind of just.
Well, this is the problem with having a very physical nemesis in these types of games, which is why a lot of them do first act really well, because that's same with movies actually, right? Like when it's just building tension, etc.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which is why the first Alien movie is so great, because if you classify it as like Act 1 is the setup and the beginning of this fear, and then Act 2 is sort of the fight and most people dying, and then Act 3 is the more of the climax denouement. Most of Alien is Act 1. Like, it's not...
Yeah.
It's that's
the
why I think it's so great.
It's like Jurassic Park. I think you only see the dinosaurs on screen for like 13 minutes or something like that. It's just building up the tension and the fear. So, but yeah, once you get killed by it, it's like it does take that a bit away. But then you got those creepy working Joes and stuff like that. I just didn't like that.
Androids.
Yeah, I was like, I can't take
So
this.
I can't wait till PSVR PT comes out, which won't be, but it'll be the Resident Evil.
Yeah, so I have downloaded the Resident Evil demo, or Resident Evil 7 demo. That's sort of ready to go.
Oh, you haven't started it?
I haven't started. I've been waiting. I'm waiting for your and Alex's availability.
You know when
scare ourselves shitless.
PSVR gets its cinema mode, do you think you'd be able to pay PT like that? Or does the game actually have to have like a certain update or something so you can view it that way?
Oh, it's a virtual cinema? Because they've got that on Oculus and stuff.
I wouldn't think so, because I can't imagine that every game would release an update for it to be able to be able to play in it. But
that'll be interesting.
They can't limit with something like that. Why would you limit?
Well, so the thing is, the actual virtual cinema won't take that much power. What will do the most number crunching is that as you move, it has to recalculate what the rendering plane will be, rather than what it's rendering will be the same. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So as long as it can do that reasonably, like with low overhead, then most games I think will act the same. Having said that, it was really weird when I used one of the virtual cinema modes on. I can't even remember because I tried a bunch, which was a basement with a couch and a big giant screen on the wall.
Yeah.
And I was wearing the Oculus, and this was back when I had the man cave, which was a basement with a couch and a giant screen on the wall. And so I was like, I am now virtually doing what I was doing before, except now I'm white. It was this weird surreal moment where it's like, hold on, let me take these things off. Yep, I'm really doing this. But again, it's also weird because you can't move. Which is why, I in one of my suitcases, I packed very tightly a smaller suitcase, which has a Vive in it.
Oh, nice.
But now we don't have anything that can run a Vive.
No. No.
Not that the 780 probably could have done much, but...
Yeah, my machine's not going to be able to run it. It's not powerful enough, I wouldn't think.
I will figure something out.
Yes. So, a quick question for both of you. I've really been looking forward to Soma for a while.
Yeah.
Have you guys picked up any games recently? Sort of the Steam sale we just had,
and the
PlayStation,
and there was an Xbox
digital sale and Xbox sale. Have you guys picked anything up recently, in sale or not, that you're looking forward to jumping into?
Oh God, I don't even remember what I've bought. Because all the anticipation went when it's like, oh, I guess I'm not going to be able to take the PlayStation.
Yeah.
And now all my brain is thinking is, there's a bunch of Steam games that I got a handful, but that doesn't matter.
Yep.
I can't even play the Mac ones. Like it's not even like the card broke or something. Like I'm just out of of Steam.
Yeah.
I'll ponder. Lucy, why don't you jump in? I'm tagging you in.
Well, as soon as I came back from holiday, because I was depressed, I just went to the PlayStation sale. I bought Alienation by
Nice.
Housemarque, yeah. Shadow of the Beast. I've actually, I know people have, that went under the radar. It's been in development for quite a long time, but I really like the look of that game. Like, 2.5D, side-scroller, platformer, beat 'em up, the hack and slasher. It looked really interesting. Bought that on sale. Two other games. I bought Hotline Miami. What's the second one called? Is it called Number
2? Wrong number?
Wrong number, that's the one, yeah. Really loved the first one. I was a bit late on the bandwagon to the first one, but played it, I think it was the start of this year. Really loved it. So bought that, and another game which is Loud on Planet X, which is sort of a music tower defense game. So it's sort of like Plants vs Zombies, but instead of like planting bulbs and stuff like that, you have to play musical notes, sort of like Guitar Hero or something like that. That looks interesting. So it was only like £2. So yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Nothing on the Steam sale, because
the Steam sale, I think part of it is the problem is that the really good deals I had partaken in previous sales.
Yeah.
Like there was very few games that were on like a solid discount that hadn't already been on a discount before.
Yeah, that's what I found. So I didn't end up
I did
buying
actually
it.
pick up Doom on Aaron's recommendation.
Yeah, I was going to pick that up because it was on sale on Xbox and PlayStation. And I played the demo. Yeah, and I played the demo when they
I hated
announced...
the demo. That multiplayer was garbage. But
not
then
not them.
Oh,
not
the single player?
Yeah, after E3 when they were like, "This is a major thing. We're releasing a demo." It's like, great. That was your demo would have been on a disc like 15 years ago. But anyway,
With a
I enjoyed
magazine.
that. Yeah, I enjoyed it. I thought everyone was like being OTT about this, but I just thought, you know what, I love Wolfenstein, and if they did the same thing with Doom, I'm going to love this anyway. So, but yeah, I'm going to buy it when it's a bit cheaper, to be honest.
Nice.
That's what Aaron was saying, was that it feels like a Doom game. It's just fancier and has more like things to do because it's a modern game, but it's a Doom game.
Yeah.
I was put off entirely by the multiplayer beta
same.
that they put out because it was such a boring generic beta.
Yeah.
Which
I thought it
also
was
sort of
horrendous.
rewarded the people who just been doing it for longer. And I was like, well, no, fuck this. Like, I own I have Battlefront and COD 3, Blops 4, whatever it's, Blops 3, 4, Blops
3.
Blops.
Yeah, Blops.
And I haven't had time to play those, but they're more entertaining than this. Why am I wasting my time? Battlefront has its moments.
It does.
What I did get though
Force choking
actually
people is
was
always
thingy. I got Blops 1 and Blops 2 for dirt cheap on Steam.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which I never got to play, and people were so like, there was so much adoration for those two games.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, yeah, you know what, I will buy Blops 3. And it turns out that was a
Oh,
mistake.
Blops 3, no. Oh, that's terrible. I know everyone likes Blops 2, but I wasn't a fan of it. But Blops 1 is my favourite Call of Duty, even more than the Modern Warfare.
Yeah.
Well, it's got such a better, like, COD. Blech. Blops is so much better than COD.
I completely agree. Blops is my favourite COD.
Yeah, I spent so much time in that multiplayer, like hours and hours. So when it was released on backwards compatibility, I was like, "Where's the disc? Playing this now." Oh, it's such a good game. Because I can't play any of the new ones because I'm old and slow. But that one, it's just like muscle memory. It's like I know where to go. I know the choke points. I know everything.
Yep.
So love it. Love that game. Yeah.
Nice.
I'm tempted by the... if I had a computer, I would be tempted by the current Humble Bundle, which, amongst other things, is give... Sorry? Yeah.
The 2K.
The 2K titles, it's got what? NBA, which I don't know why you'd want to play that on the computer.
Don't know.
Because you're going to have less of a population, and you're still going to need to get a controller.
Civ 5, which probably
Civ 5,
everyone
which
owns
I-
already.
Yeah. And
Everyone
now
in the world probably owns
Yeah.
Civ 5 by now.
And now you can't just go to G2A and sell the key because that's supporting bad people. But yeah, I mean, I was tempted simply because I think it's $15 is there.
Yeah,
everything.
I think...
that'd be enough for Battleborn plus a Battleborn coin pack, which I don't even know what that means, but I know that it's something.
I think it's about £12 in English, British money. £12 in English money? No, British money. Yeah, non-European currency.
That's a good thing. Good thing you never joined the union. Otherwise, you'd have to Brexit to a new currency.
Oh god, don't even talk about that.
Also, I can't believe I haven't seen someone do a mock-up of that Banksy movie, Brexit out together.
Just be a man with his head down, just walking back to the UK across the water. It sort of leads us into our topic. I bought all of these games on sale. I can't fucking play any of them.
It's because you're bad at it, or
because I'm awful. Nothing works. No, because as I've said, and as you may be able to hear in the background, my partner and I have had a child. We're 3 weeks in.
Has it really been 3 weeks?
Yeah, 3 weeks already. It's
been a blur.
Disappeared. Like,
do they stop crying? Do they ever stop crying? Like,
actually, when I came over, she wasn't crying. It was just when I left the room.
All right. I thought every waking hour they just cry.
Almost, almost. But yeah.
Well, you have to remember that they don't have object permanence, and they don't have any idea of how to communicate except yelling.
Still.
And they only know that works because things get done, but they don't really understand. Like,
what if you just leave them when they're crying? Will they
so that is actually one of the theories of child rearing. When they get older,
when they're slightly older,
yeah, and that like when they're throwing tantrums, you're just supposed to just ignore it.
Yeah.
Actually, before tantrums, but when they're older and they actually have some sort of they have cognitive knowledge of what's going on, and it's more of a I want, even if they can't say I want. That's when you're supposed to just let them cry it out.
Now, currently,
and now it's just not fair.
It's a need.
Yeah,
they need
also,
to be feed.
She's completely
uncomfortable.
Useless.
Yeah, completely. But it leads into, I think that the last 3 weeks are probably, not counting very sporadic Pokemon Go sessions because the servers are dog shit.
I heard they got better in the last couple of days.
Yeah. Apart from that, this is probably one of my driest gaming spells. It's only been 3 weeks so far, but I don't see it getting any better for a little while. Yeah. And it probably will be my driest gaming spell. I think there's been other times where I've like my first year at university, very intense architecture course. I was at the university quite a lot, but I still played World of Warcraft. I didn't take a console. Didn't take a console with me to uni, but I had my PC to be able to do work on, and was playing World of Warcraft. So actually,
you should have got a Krampus.
So actually, it wasn't a dry spell at all. It was just focusing on one game.
Which usually happens with the Mamarpica.
Yes, very true. Oh man, I've spent so much time in that game. Absurd. But so I was going to throw it out to you two. When's been your driest spell, if you have had one? However, before you answer, it's third beer time.
Good call. We've got the Crane Glow India Pale Ale. It is very condensed.
It is.
It's very wet. No dry spell for this. And it first wort hopped with Magnum for bitterness, light hop additions of Citra, Chinook, and Sorachi Ace for flavor and aroma, then dry hopped with more of the same for further nasal wonderment. Lots of tropical fruit, citrus, and pine flavors. We should take a look for that because we're really good at tropical fruit and citrus bits.
We are.
Layered onto a light, refreshing malt bill with subtle biscuit notes. A malt bill. It sounds like a
bill.
It sounds like a really poor. Like Canada went to plastic money. This sounds like the wrong direction.
It just dissolves in water.
We're apparently supposed to store it upright and pour carefully if we prefer to leave the yeast behind, which makes sense. It's 4.5%.
So I had a Boom IPA by Crane the other day, which was very good. Very similar to a Sierra Nevada, but a bit more of a bigger,
like a more boisterous Sierra Nevada.
Yes. Hence the name. I think Boom. So, so I'm expecting quite a lot from this. What's your third beer, Luce?
This is from Brouwerij de Molen, which we found out is Aadil's favourite. Well, not favourite, but one of his.
It's one of my favorite places to send people when they go to Amsterdam.
Yes. So off there, we realised that he's actually been.
Quite a few times. So. It is a brew pub that's not open late at nights. Like it closes at either 6 or 8, depending on the time of the week. But it's got glorious patio, and of course, it's built into a windmill. Keep in mind, I'm talking.
Yeah, because
like
it's got
middle
the
of
windmill
Amsterdam, a windmill, not one of these newfangled wind turbine things.
Yeah, it's got the windmill on its cap. If you can see that, on its logo. But yeah, I don't know if you've tried. I think it's called Heen and Weer. So Heen spelled H-E-E-N and Weer spelled W-E-E-R. But yeah, it's. Well, Brewery Demand never give too much away, so all it says is extra strong beer. Belgian triple-ish.
It's
nice
triple. Oh, okay, so it's Belgian style, so it's going to be a very hearty ale.
What's a triple about? 9.5, maybe?
Yeah. Oh, 9.2.
Yeah.
Ooh. So with that Wiper and Chew, the 2.8, that's why I decided to balance it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's got bitter hops, SARS hops. Yeah.
Would you say SARS hops?
How do you say it?
I don't know, but it just sounds like a very terrible
disease
thing from the late 90s, early 2000s. You have to drink it through a medical mask.
S-A-U-Z-E.
Is that it?
A-A-Z. I don't know.
Of course it's the Dutch, so of course it's A-A.
SARS. Isn't he in The Lion King?
That's Scar.
Oh. I was thinking of the bird.
Zazu.
Iago? Oh, no, wait, that's Aladdin. You're talking about Mr. Bean.
Yes, Rowan Atkinson's bird.
What the hell was his name?
Zazu? Is that
Rowan
Atkinson?
There you go. It was Rowan Atkinson.
Yeah.
Was it?
I only thought of that because it was on the telly the other night.
That's
Kim really likes it, so we watched it.
Did you call her Kimba?
No, I didn't.
Oh, you should have.
But yeah, 9.2, very happy with that. Let's give it a try.
You know what Simba means, right?
It means
it means lion.
Young lion.
Just lion. And
Swahili,
you know what Rafiki means? Yeah, Swahili. Yeah.
Baboon.
No, it means friend.
Huh?
And then if in Swahili, if you want to call someone crazy, they're pumbafu. So they just literally just took this last. Like, wow, you guys put no effort into this.
So just cray cray.
Yeah.
And with the Z on the end. Nice.
And Scar isn't Swahili.
You may have expected that having a new child, that the first thing I would have done is hold them up to the sun and sing the Circle of Life.
But you were in the middle of a hospital.
Too gauche for my tastes.
Would you prefer other Disney things, or like you leave her in
put her in the water and see if she was a mermaid, stuff like that. So she's not.
You don't just put her in a reed basket and send her on her way, so she could be raised by the Israelites?
I don't think that's a Disney.
No, it's not. I don't think there was a Disney's Moses. No, I was talking about the story of Moses. Why is the... yeah. Anyway.
So, Lucy, what's the longest period of time you've spent without playing games?
Well, it's funny that you said when you were starting talking about university, your first year of university. Here's me thinking he was going to say, oh yeah, I was drunk all the time, so I didn't get to play many games.
That's when I first started playing MMOs. Because of my terrible... Oh no, second year. Second year is when I moved in with Corey and we just Final Fantasy 11 for a million years. And by that I mean hours and hours and nights and nights. Yeah. Anyway, it's your turn, not mine.
Yeah, when I was at university, I was playing games intermittently. I remember someone buying me Xbox 360 at the time, and I remember playing Mafia 2, Red Dead Redemption, GTA 4. And I didn't go to lectures anyway, but those are just even more of a reason not to go. But yeah, I didn't do much gaming, not as intensive as I do now. But yeah, it's because, as I say, I was just getting drunk all the time, so...
Nice.
Not studying, just getting wasted all the time.
No, I mean, I went to uni. I went to uni a couple of years. Well, I'd already been drinking for about 4 years when I actually went to uni. So when I get there and there's all of these 18-year-olds going, "Let's all go out and
get hammered."
I'll come out and I'm drinking the same as you, and you're kind of
done.
gone, and I'm still.
That was the fun part. That was the fun part.
Watching people.
Thinking
It's almost
grown
like a
lads
game.
are like,
Yeah.
yeah, I can drink you on the table. It's like, yeah, sure you can, mate. Yeah, doing it for a long time.
I think my driest spells gaming would probably be when I first moved to Amsterdam.
Yeah.
Too
And
busy
then-
at Brouwerij de Molen, weren't you?
Yeah,
hammered before 8 o'clock.
the course was insane, and I felt very not like I belonged.
Yeah.
And I only had the iMac, and I hadn't even boot camped it. And by that I mean I used the last of my wellness money from my job to buy the iMac in Amsterdam with a cheeky claim that went through. I just wasn't. I was, between feeling like I should be working and actually working, I just didn't. And then I commented to my brother-in-law and my family that it's probably a good thing that I don't have my PS3s in storage, because I don't have time. Like I would, there's days I wanted to play games and just didn't have anything, so I couldn't. And all he heard was I didn't have any games, and then somehow Xbox 360 arrived at my doorstep. Like, well, that's very sweet.
Nice.
But, like, you didn't actually listen to what I was saying. I was explicitly saying, I don't need this. It'll be a detriment. But then I got off of the old eBay. I got Marvel Ultimate Alliance 1 and 2 again, because I had them on the PS3. And a couple of friends of mine, we just had different save files, because I would always play with, and they'd just come over and we'd just play it, because that's still one of my, I think it's my favorite superhero game.
Yeah.
More so than Spider-Man 2, which I go on and on about, but mostly because it felt like you had to attach to things and had real physics with the webs, which it seems like the new one might.
Possibly. It's looking good.
Well, sorry, the rest of the rest of the game looks very much modeled after Spider-Man 2.
Yeah.
From the stuff they've released, but of course they haven't released anything that could really show off whether that web is like doing a web thing.
Attached to the sky.
Well, to be honest, when I was young, I used to the old 60s cartoon. I used to joke that Spider-Man had a helicopter that just followed him around, so he could just and he just shot another web because he was bored. And so two things out of that is the games instantly reminded me of that, and also for some reason, in toys and Lego and everything, they always give Spider-Man a helicopter. And I don't know why.
It's a
Conspiracy.
I suppose, isn't it?
Yeah.
The reporter's helicopter.
No, it's a freaking Spider-Man branded helicopter you get. Like they've made for years Spider-Man helicopters.
Maybe that
Is it not
It's so bizarre.
Is it not the news? What's the name of the news outlet in Spider-Man? The Daily Bugle or something like that? You sure it's
Bugle,
not the
yeah.
helicopter?
No, it's not. It's Spider-Man branded.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's tasty. I forgot we haven't
Speaking of
actually talked about this
Spider-Man,
beer.
the swinging mechanic, the guy who invented that apparently has a game out. It's called Energy Hook on PS4. So, if anyone
I
like
did hear about that.
Yeah, I haven't checked it out, but yeah, apparently that's Spider-Man. Just no open world, just points-based gaming. So yeah, if you like that, pick it up,
Nice.
I guess.
We'll definitely have to have a look into that. We didn't really discuss these beers. We burst straight into our conversation, but it does appear that really it's either university or children who have.
Oh no, university gave me more gaming time. I gamed a lot less for a while when I actually first started my job, but that was because within 6 weeks I became a full-time student again on top of full-time employment. And yeah, busyness makes it better. But then you need breaks, and once I got the hang of my schedule,
completely.
I reworked it back into my system, and
Same here.
it became balancing that limited time between watching terrible movies and gaming. And for a lot of the times, I picked gaming simply because it's more interactive, and then there's days where you're like, I can't do a thing. I've done things all day and then all evening.
It's not something passive. That's
Yeah,
the
well,
passive time's best time to play a Telltale game, you know?
Very true. I mean, that's all of my entertainment at the moment is very passive, just churning through the Netflix library, whilst making sure a small person is
It's Netflix.
alive.
Nick Cage movies that are on Netflix. Stolen, watch it. Great, hilarious.
Stolen?
And Rage.
God.
Stolen's better than Rage. But
Noted. So Lucy, how's your beer?
Yeah, I mean, it smells very sweet, so I thought, I'm not a fan of sweet beers, but when you taste it, it's not that overpowering. It's very, you know, you can taste the caramel, taste the sweetness, a bit malty. It doesn't feel like 9.2 either. It's really nice. I mean, Breweridge de Molen always make nice beers, so I just picked it out at random, my local beer shop.
Brouwerij.
Brouwerij, is that how you say it?
IJ is I.
Okay.
It's actually, yeah.
Is that how you say it then?
Brouwerij de
de
Molen.
Molen.
Yeah.
Sorry, anyone
No.
who's, you know, Dutch. I'm just butchering your language. I can't even say Heen and Weer or whatever it is. And I studied languages at degree level, but I was obviously too busy getting drunk and playing games.
Yeah, well,
to
that's
notice,
exactly.
So, you know. But yeah, it's really nice. Really nice.
And what do you think of this?
It's good. It's. I'm not quite getting the. There is a little bit of pininess right at the end.
Oh yeah.
Sort of almost replaces the. It's not quite as bitter. It has got that sort of more piney kind of.
It starts
flavour.
kind of watery and sweet though.
Yes, yeah. Not a huge amount in the fall. It doesn't really.
It's
hit
actually
you.
it's remarkably like unassuming is the problem. I think it's not just that it's light. Like the first beer we had was sort of not that in your face.
Mm-hmm.
This is. I feel like it's unassuming. There's it's sort of. I'm here.
Yeah, completely. It's just. Yeah,
And the citrus is that's coming off of it. Just I don't know. Maybe it's just because I really don't like the wateriness, but it tastes like fake citrus smell.
Almost, yeah.
Right,
like
like obviously a very lowered slice of like a generic brand lemon scented soap.
Yeah.
That smell, but you know, cut that smell down to 10%. But it's still the
still
character of
yeah,
that,
yeah, completely.
which is super weird when it comes after this sort of low watery start.
Yeah, I agree. So I think we should probably finish for another week. Lucy, what's your favourite beer been?
It would have to be the Arbor,
Yeah.
Shangri-La. It's a really nice beer, really nice session beer, light, hoppy. I really like my hoppy beer, so yeah, just about bitter enough. So yeah,
Good. I'm going to echo that as well. I think the Arbor was the standout one for me from the three that we had.
Oh God, my brain jumped twice. I was going to say I will also be a dolphin, but then my brain pushed the word porpoise in front. And I was about to say that's a good and make a purpose porpoise pun. I'm like, there's no way anyone can track these jumps. Stop it. Yes, I think I would actually rate them 2, 1, 3. I think, but by far the Arbor's the better beer. It's like it's not one of those close things. It's just it's got character. It's it's also an IPA that like legitimately earns the term session. Like I rarely think I can just have an IPA for hours on end, and I think I could clearly do that with this.
Yes, yeah, definitely.
Also,
Unanimous.
there's a maple leaf on it. I just noticed. Shangri-La being in Canada, of course.
Oh, the ancient city of.
Yeah.
Yes. So, Lucy, why don't you tell everybody where they can find you on the social medias?
Just add me, JuicyLoose9 on PS4 and Xbox. Follow me at indiemarathon.com. I said this on the last podcast. The beer website is still in development. It'll be coming soon enough, hopefully. But yeah, just add me on Twitter at indiemarathon. At indiemarathon. So yeah, or visit my site indiemarathon.com for any indie games.
Nice. How do people personally speak to you, Aadil?
Personally? Well, my phone number here is 07. No. You can be a Twitter at me at the Omniarch. You could add me on PSN, Xbox, And Steam at the OmniArc, which is also my same as my Twitter handle, TheOmniArch. But good luck getting a hold of me on PSN, Xbox, or luckily there's a Steam app on iOS.
There's a PlayStation app as well, isn't there?
Okay, does that actually do chat and whatnot?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then
And
yeah,
the
I'd be into
Xbox
that. And
one,
then you
yeah.
can just make fun of the fact that the only tether I have to the network is this stupid app, which. But the Steam app I actually use to chat with the odd person instead of WhatsApp or whatever. Mostly Aaron, because emailing him or finding him on Google Hangouts is way less reliable than Steam, because he's just always on Steam.
Strangely enough, that's how I speak to my brother as well.
Yeah, it's just, I think everyone has a person where it's like the Steam app is basically just the app to talk to person X. You can also find... Oh, we're not done, people.
Yeah, I'm just Nova_47 on everything. Search for me. If it's not me, then it's an imposter.
Your Steam name is...
Yeah, my
your Steam display name is Nova.
My screen name is Nova_47, but if you can't find me, it's Nova_47 who stole my name.
Or what you could do is join the Tanked Up group on Steam, which is so busy and full of so much wonderful things. And then just casually look up who's in it, and you'll see amongst the 6 other people, Nova_47.
You will. I am there. You can get us all on Twitter at tankedup_cast. You can email us tankedupcast@gmail.com. We are part of the Out of Lives Network. We, not they, we have lots of stories. We do reviews and videos, and you should all go to outoflives.net to see everything that we produce. Conscious effort.
Ironically, the one thing that there is almost no articles about is the we.
That's very true, yeah.
You?
I have just started writing a blog post, I suppose it should be called.
Yeah.
Where I'm chatting more about being a father and not playing games, which is basically just a compilation of my tweets. So if you can't be fucked with Twitter, you can always just go to outoflives.net to see the absurd statements that I make, and then give a little bit of exposition and context too within this article. So I'll be doing that. I'll be doing that weekly.
I've just realised what you really should start is. I mean, I know this is going to happen anyway, just because you'll be in withdrawal. But you just need to start gamifying your life.
That's sort of what Pokemon Go does, really.
No,
go for a walk, play a game.
No, Pokemon Go adds a game.
Possibly.
I'm saying like Chore Wars gamifies life.
5 points.
That's an actual game.
Really?
Chore Wars, yeah. And nerds.
No, don't.
A few. I mean, this was like back in like the 2009-8 era, where nerds used Chore Wars. Like nerds who shared a flat would use Chore Wars to blah.
To do stuff.
I don't think they realized that. Not enough words.
Anyway, we've been tagged up for another week. Thank you very much for listening. Take it easy.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Oh, I mean, ciao. Whoa.
Nice. I suppose I should go and see my